All right, guys, back with some more UFC betting picks. UFC Fight Night, CANNONIER versus BORRALHO. Pretty decent card for a free fight night. Well, kind of free if you have ESPN Plus. There's not a ton of bets that I like, but there are a few. So let's just get right into the main event. Jared Cannonier versus Kai Borralho, I think that's how you pronounce his last name, of the Fighting Nerds from Brazil. As you can imagine, anytime someone fights from a gym called the Fighting Nerds, it's pretty obvious to assume which way I'm going to lean. He comes in at about, I think, a minus 250, minus 285 favorite. This is the classic, established veteran, Jared Cannonier, versus up-and-coming guy, and kind of just establishing, is there a skill difference? Is Cannonier over the hill? Does he have juice left in the tank? Is Borralho good enough to kind of lap him in the rankings and kind of be a championship level fighter? The classic gatekeeping matchup. Kind of tough, but I definitely lean Borralho. I like him by decision here. You can get him for pretty good odds, plus 180. When you look at this matchup, he's a very good wrestler. He's obviously got more juice in the tank, being a much younger guy. This is the biggest fight of his career by far. This is his first main event. I think he's going to just kind of smother Cannonier. I don't see him finishing him because Cannonier is a very, very tough guy. So I really, really like the decision bet here. Not a lock, but I like it more than taking him, minus 280 or whatever he is to get plus money, to get positive juice. I think makes it a very, very worthwhile bet. I expect him to kind of just, shoot a lot of takedowns, really, really wrestle. This might not be the most exciting fight, but that's why you bet, to just have stuff to root for. Cannonier is very dangerous. He could knock him out, but I think he'd really have to land the perfect shot. From a stylistic point of view, I don't see him. This is just a bad matchup for him. I think Borralho is just really good at getting just kind of grinding out victories and sometimes in not the prettiest ways, but he's very good. He's got very good cardio, just very violent in general. So I really, really like this bet. Moving on to the co-main event. I think the co-main event. I'm a little bit confused about this line. Tabitha Ricci against Angela Hill. Angela Hill's good. It seems like she fights on almost like every card. It seems like she's fighting every other card. Tabitha Ricci's only a minus 140 favorite. I like her as minus 140. I also like her by decision at plus 115. So I think both those are solid bets, or even if you want to double bet. She's a very good kickboxer, so it's possible she could knock her out. But women's knockouts are a lot, few and far in between in the UFC. So I really like Ricci by decision here, and I like her overall. I might even double bet it. I understand Angela Hill's coming off, a pretty good streak of wins, but I don't understand why. Ricci's like one of the best up and coming fighters in like the women's division. So I like her there. Next fight I like, Morales over Magny. Morales by decision, minus 115. He's way too big of a favorite to bet straight up. But this is another fight I like similar to the main event because Magny's a very tough guy. He's a veteran. He's going to stay in there. He's probably not going to get finished. But I also don't see him winning this fight at all. So it's like the perfect middle ground of betting a guy. So Morales by decision, minus 115, I like a lot. And then this is really the last, there's not too many fights that I like. I don't like forcing bets, but I saw Zach Reese is like minus 750. I think that's crazy. I don't know much about Jose Daniel Medina. I'm not going to pretend like I do, but for plus 475, plus 475 against a guy like Zach Reese, who's, a pretty decent prospect, but I just think that's crazy odds for a fighter like that. So I think throwing, $5-10 on Medina is a good fight. A good bet. So those are my picks for this card. Nothing crazy. Just 4 straight bets to, just to recap. Borralho by decision, plus 180. Ricci, I think you can double bet just straight up minus 140, and you can also bet her by decision plus 115. Morales by decision, minus 115. And then Jose Daniel Medina, plus 475 against Reese on the prelims. Those are my picks for UFC Fight Night tonight. Thanks, guys, for watching. And as always, I'll see you on the next one.